warna hias siya sualirnya. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This reading is for the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces taking place for everybody on September 7th, 2025. You don't have to have Pisces anywhere in your chart to be able to watch this reading. What I do is take a look at the full moon and new moon energies every month to see what is happening for all of us around these times. Full moon is often a time where we let go of things, we make changes, we switch up what is not working in our life to make space, right? To clear the slate, to make space for new things to come and or set our intentions for new things in the future with the new moon. So it's always curious to me to see what it is we might be changing, switching up, letting go at full moon, what it is we might be welcoming in and or receiving at new moon for everyone. So let's go ahead and get the reading started. I usually start with the Oracle deck system to see what the main energy and or theme is of the particular new moon or full moon. So we're looking at the full moon lunar eclipse, September 7th, 2025 in Pisces. There we go. And this is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. I'm also using the healing with the angels. Let's take a look. Okay, wow. So we have playfulness. Let's see if we can grab one more. Full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, 2025, September 7th, 2025. What is the main energy or theme? Okay, you're being freed up of something, it feels like, so you can have more fun with this playfulness energy. Also, it's telling me to say to try to have more fun, right? Approach life from a more playful, I guess, vibration, maybe from the heart or the space of your inner child. That is a very powerful place from which to manifest and create, and to kind of see the magic taking place in life all around you. There is energies and magic happening around us all the time. It might open you up to further synchronicity, you know, this energy of play and fun. Further synchronicity to help align you with where you're meant to be at the right place at the right time. That is kind of the vibe it's giving me. So I'm using the Goddess Guidance cards here as well. Let's see, main energy or theme. Full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, September 7th, 2025. Let's take a look. It's about having more fun, finding more joy. All right, let's take a look. What do we have? All right, beauty. I love that. Inviting more beauty into your life. Being able to blossom and bloom into your fullest self. Into the best version of you as well. Something about your environment could also be changing. Something about your aesthetic or your look could also be changing. But this is also, with these two cards, it's also giving me the vibe of being able to see life through a different lens. Maybe one of play and finding the joy and the beauty in the little things as well. But let's keep going. I'm curious. Oh, magic. Hell yeah. That ties into what I was saying. It's like if you can tap into your inner child, that is a very powerful place from which to create and manifest magic. All right, we have the enchantment card. So there's something about your life that's about to change in a very beautiful way. And what's going to help activate that, to me, is a lot more play. You're going to be able to find the magic through play. The magic is synchronicity over here with the enchantment card via a more playful spirit. Life is about to feel lighter and more carefree is also what this is telling me, which is going to allow you to see things from a different perspective, find things to be more magical and more beautiful than maybe before. I'm not sure why I'm getting the feeling that maybe the cycle that you're releasing with this full moon, like you're fully releasing it, is going to help you feel more alive. Because you don't have the weight of it weighing you down anymore. And it's going to open you up to a new way of living and or being that maybe you couldn't access before. It feels like it was creating a limitation. And when you're finding yourself more playful, you're removing the limitation. You're removing the resistance. Do you see what I mean? And with the resistance gone, you can access more magic. You feel free, carefree, liberated. And then the magic of the universe itself is able to flow to you with ease, because you don't have the past or any of its bullshit basically hindering you, limiting you in any way, or creating resistance from having it flow in. You're going to be activating some kind of magic, inner magic. It feels like your inner child is going to play a big role in how that comes about. But it's going to bring beauty with it. And you're going to find life a lot more beautiful. Why? Because you're going to find a lot more joy than you perhaps were able to find or have or experience previously. And it feels like there's some magic at work as well in the liminal spaces that maybe have been brewing underneath the surface in ways that you couldn't really see. But it feels like you're going to be able to, yeah, you're going to see them now. You're going to see what the holding space, that's kind of like what I'm getting from this. Like if you were held up, if life wasn't fun, or you weren't finding your joy, if things felt stagnant, stuck, or hindered in the last cycle, it feels like the reason why it was held up is because there was so much happening underneath the surface that you weren't aware of. But it was all taking place on your behalf. So that way, when the time was right, you could align with what you needed to activate this new energy and bring it to you. So the holdup or the delay, it was not fun. Maybe it wasn't pleasant. Maybe you didn't find your joy during that period of hibernation or isolation or delay. But it does feel like it was because you were being prepared for the magic that was about to enter. So when the time was right, you would be liberated, freed up, taken out of that holding space of maybe a cocoon, so you could emerge and experience all of the magic that was being prepared for you. Something about you finally coming into full bloom. Okay, it's this card here. The beauty was taking place. The beauty and the magic was happening underneath the surface. Kind of like a seed in the soil before it emerges and flowers and blooms, right? Just because you don't see it doesn't mean there isn't something happening, right? Kind of like a butterfly in a cocoon. There's a lot going on in there, even though you don't see what's inside. Likewise, the birth of a child or the gestation of a child in the womb. You don't see what's happening inside the womb, but you know something's going on in there, right? Feels like some kind of magic is finally getting activated and being liberated for you to access and or receive now. And it's going to lighten your spirit, the playfulness energy, help you to find and receive and allow more beauty into your life, okay? After a period of maybe working through the shadow or kind of being in the dark about where life was taking you, right? There's a hidden element, it feels like, to this. So the delay, the hindrances, the limitation that you felt, it was feeling like the waiting room until the birth of something, right? The birth of a manifestation or a dream or something creative was ready to come to full fruition. All right, let's see. Yeah, another card of magic. Do you see that? Rhiannon, sorceress, you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. Okay, so yeah, you see, I was already picking up on the energy before even pulling over this card. So yeah, some kind of magic and manifestation. Absolutely. This full moon lunar eclipse is helping you to close out a cycle of stillness, right? I don't know how else to describe it, where nothing seemed to be happening. Maybe surface level, nothing seemed to be happening. But deep underneath the surface, yes, it was. Again, think of all the things happening underneath the soil for a seed that's been planted. Surface level, we cannot see anything happening, but there's a lot happening underneath the surface. So just right off the bat, this full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces is closing out a cycle of basically you feeling like you were in the dark. In order to then align you with your manifestation, your intentions brought into reality, like the card says. So even though you felt like nothing was happening, you were in the dark, you didn't have clarity, you're like, what the hell's happening with my life? What the hell, what's going on? The whole time you didn't know what was going on in your life. It's because there was so much magic happening underneath the surface in preparation of a manifestation coming through. And yeah, maybe the last cycle was heavy. Maybe you were clueless, walking around aimlessly, wondering what the hell's happening with my life. I think we've all been there. Literally, there was so much happening underneath the surface during that time. You just didn't realize it. This cycle is closing out so you can be liberated to receive the very seed of manifestation that you've been working on energetically, that you've been cultivating. Okay, that's a very strong word here, that you've been cultivating this entire time. Just like the seed in the dark soil, it was being cultivated so that way it could rise to the surface in full bloom, into full fruition, into physical reality. So all the seeds of intentions you were planting in the subconscious mind are ready to emerge after this full moon lunar eclipse. It's closing out the last cycle so you can receive now. But it was the magic that you were working magic all the while. Likewise, the universe was lining things up on your behalf to bring it to you. And now that the old cycle is ushering itself out, the old cycle of being the seed in the dark, right? Now it's time to emerge into the light. And with the old gone and this new energy, emerging for you, you're going to feel lighter, freer. You're going to feel more joyful. Because you shed the past, you don't have the weight of it anymore to hinder the flow of whatever it is you've manifested or intended to come in. This is a clear to me, and look at this. You actually have 2 unicorns. You see that? This card right here especially is confirming to me that you have the magic, and you've had the magic all this time, to manifest your dreams and make them a tangible reality. There's something about you, or the version of you, that is shifting and changing, I feel like, in a way that is, you're not gonna be the same. Your life is not going to be the same, because you see how much change. It feels like you've changed so much in the last cycle in preparation of what's happening for you now. You know, I feel like the unicorn, I mean, the horn of the unicorn is also very symbolic of enlightenment, right? But the unicorn itself is also magical and transformative energy. So it feels alchemical, like you being able to do the alchemical work recently to align and prepare for this. But that period of being in the shadow in preparation of emerging like the seed from the soil was important. It was necessary, and it was part of the process of your manifestation. You know, the unicorn is also symbolic of purification. So again, the alchemical process and purification in order to like alchemize lead to gold, right? Let's say the dark into the light. That is what was taking place in that space of unknown. But I love the card playfulness here, because it's saying there is a lighter version of you after this cycle, you know, is fully gone, and you alchemized it, you transmuted it, but there's such a beautiful side to you that is ready to emerge from all that. And it's lighter, more carefree, more beautiful, looking at life through a more positive lens. You're emerging into your most authentic self. You're going to find more joy like you've never had before. And the joy that you find is what I'm getting here. The joy that you find is your magic basically being reflected back to you in the world, or the world is going to start reflecting back to you your magic in the form of more joy. It's like the world is going to start mirroring you. It's going to start mirroring your magic in joyful ways. So get ready to find more beauty, joy, fun in your life. Now that this cycle's kind of concluding itself here. But again, that past cycle was necessary to grow the seed in the dark, right? To clear away the old, to make space for the new, to alchemize a lot of things from the past as well, so you can evolve so you can receive what you've been manifesting. Because let's be real. The old version of you would not be an energetic match to what it is you were calling in. So do you see, you had to do the work to align your energy to become that which it is that you seek. So I feel like this is saying you successfully aligned your energy. You successfully embodied that which it was that you were trying to call in and or attract. And now that you have, right, it can come in. Your life can be enhanced with more beauty, more fun, more joy, more magic than ever before. Because the manifestation couldn't arrive or come to the old version of you. You see, couldn't arrive to that version of you, because that version of you from the past wasn't a vibrational match to it. So you had to go through the shadow, or you had to have the delay. That because in the delay you were working on becoming that which you're trying to attract. You were working on embodying that energy, becoming it, aligning with it, matching it. Because the universe can only bring you or reflect back to you what you are. Okay, so let's take a look. Full Moon Lunar Eclipse in Pisces, September 7th, 2025. I need more cards. I will always grab off to the side, or if I feel led, I'll look underneath the deck as well. So let's take a look. Wow. Okay, so Page of Wands. I love this because, for one, Page of Wands usually is like the town crier. He's a bringer of good news. And pages are also new energy, or the first step in the direction of something new, fresh inspiration as well. So new ideas, fresh inspirations, aha moments, and the ability to act upon that and initiate something in the direction of it. So some kind of good news and or the initiation, or the first step in the direction of an idea or a spark of creativity. So it's inspired action, and being able to take the first step in the direction of that, and be it like fully on board with it is also the feeling that this is giving me. Without hesitation, because fire energy wouldn't hesitate. It would just take the action. It would be like, okay, I got this idea. I'm going to do the damn thing. I'm not going to hesitate. So I love that for you, because it's saying hitting the ground running is what this is giving me. You're going to start hitting the ground running in some way. I'm hearing push. This is the push you need. This is what you were waiting for. This is that initiatory moment. This is that catalyst moment. And it's like, okay, let's go. Let's do it now. Like, you get the news, or you get the information that you need. You get the message, because pages do deliver messages as well. So it's like getting the information, the message, or the idea. It comes through, and it's like, okay, now I know what I need to do. I'm not in the dark anymore. I'm going to take the action I need to take in the direction of that. I'm going to get the ball rolling. I'm going to get it started. I'm going to hit the ground running. Something, I was feeling energy of something getting activated with this full moon lunar eclipse. The magic energy on the table is very Piscean as well, you know, intuitive and whatnot. So it could be that maybe you get a message from, you know, the higher realms, the spirit realm, the dream world. I don't know, especially with the Piscean energy. And what it does, it wakes you up to something you needed to know, so you understand. It activates an initiatory moment, a big, bold idea, and it gets the ball rolling. It's the Kickstarter that you needed. But again, it's arriving now because you're ready for it. If the last cycle, if in the last cycle you felt like you were completely in the dark about certain aspects of life, well, that's going to get cleared up, because there's some kind of action, inspiration that comes through, idea and message or knowledge over here that you receive. And it's the very thing that you were waiting for. The timing of it seems pretty on point. And if you felt like this clarity moment or this idea or whatever was held up or hidden from you before, it was because it wasn't time yet, right? Something about the timing of this. Oh yeah, Six of Pentacles. I love that. Reciprocity, harmony, balance, alignment, equal give and take. Sharing is caring, right? You're about to receive a gift, it feels like, as well. Good for some of you, be a phone call. Not sure why I'm getting phone call, but again, messages, right, from the Page of Wands. So a phone call, support, community, helpful people, kindred spirits, a support system, whether it be in the physical earthly realm or in the realm of spirit. But you're being supported, maybe financially as well, financial support coming through, maybe to assist you to take action on an idea and initiate something that's been long overdue. But the support and the finances will be there, is what this is saying. And also the right people, places, scenarios also aligning to help make this happen, to help manifest the intention into reality, right? Like the Sorceress of the Rhiannon card says. So expect that with this full moon lunar eclipse. The universe is, like, right now as we speak, aligning the right people, places, things, and scenarios to assist you to have this happen. Because the time is right. The timing is now. The hold up, the delay, it was just part of the preparation to help you, for one, become an energetic match. Yeah, energetic match to what it is you're receiving. But also to put all, like, strategically place all the pieces of the puzzle, or, yeah, together, or strategically place all the chess pieces on the board exactly where they need to be for your success, is kind of what this is telling me. Whether that be people, places, scenarios, and things all coming together, right, at the right time, at the right place, to allow for it to happen. All right, let's keep going. Yes! Oh, wow. Ace of Wands. Yeah, I mean, there you go, right? I feel like the Page of Wands is mirroring the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is mirroring the Page of Wands, because I was getting Ace of Wands vibes from the Page of Wands. So yeah, it makes sense. Big bright ideas, aha moments, green light. Yeah, you're gonna get the freaking green light. You being in the dark was a strategy. For you it might not have been fun, but in the grand scheme of things, right, with the bigger picture, it was a strategy by the universe. It's like, because you couldn't receive what you were asking for until you were energetically ready for it. But now that you are, it's going to come through. And watch, it feels like, watch how it all aligns in a very magical way. Kind of as if by magic overnight, suddenly it feels like this is a brand new beginning and a fresh start for you. It's going to require, yeah, I feel like some of your inspired action. Absolutely. But you're so prepared. You're so ready energetically for this. Like, you're mentally, spiritually, and emotionally and physically even ready for it. Whether you think you are or not, you are. You're more ready for this than you even realize. There was so much going on your behalf in the spaces and the places you couldn't see. There was so much unknown to this, yes, and that maybe drove you batshit crazy, but it does also feel like it was all part of the process and the preparation of getting you to this point so you can why does it feel like you're being chucked into it? It's such a weird word. Thrown into it, right? It's like I was getting the vibe of a push, but it's more or less it's this feeling of, damn it, go already. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you're on the threshold and you might psych yourself out, but it feels like spirit is going to be like, oh no, not this time, honey. Go. Do it already. You're going to be pushed, thrusted. It feels like catapulted, chucked into this situation, whether you want it or not. You can't avoid it now. You've asked for this. So it's like you can't hesitate now. Fire Wand's energy would not let you hesitate. You're going to be supported. Six of Pentacles, you have the support that you need. You're going to have the money that you need. You're going to have the people, the right places and scenarios aligning in harmonious ways, right? To allow for this to happen. So even if you try to stay where you feel safe, you're not going to be allowed to. It's go time right here. It's go time. Brand new energy coming in for you. The dark cocoon, that cocoon cycle, or that, dark soil cycle, that's done now. We need to take action. And the feeling of the playfulness card is saying to just approach it from a playful mindset. Stay curious, okay? Like that of a child. Allow your inner child to kind of have fun with this. Because there's going to be a lot of magic and things happening around you in a very, I don't know why I'm getting quick way. Maybe even unusual way. Like you can't make it up. That's the vibe. You will not be able to make it up. All the signs and synchronicities are going to line up in such a crazy magical way that if you were trying to convey this to somebody else, they'd probably be like, yeah, right, whatever. It's going to be that wildly magical. You might have to start documenting it. I'm just saying. Because one day you're going to look back on it and you're going to be like, how in the hell? Yeah. Remember when I said how the universe is going to start mirroring back to you your inner magic in joyful ways? Yeah. The reciprocal energy of that Six of Pentacles is that as well. It's reciprocity. It is mirroring back to you. You're going to get what you've put in. You're going to, yeah, what is it that they say? You get what you give, right? Okay, so there you go. Six of Pentacles. You've been nurturing your inner world like that seed in the dark soil for all this time. Damn it, now it's about time the universe starts reflecting it back to you, mirroring it back to you, reciprocating the magic and the energy, right, that you've embodied. Hell yeah. This new chapter of your life is going to be a reflection of all that. And this full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces is releasing the past fully, liberating you, helping you to feel lighter, so you can receive this now, so you can allow it in, so it can flow to you now. I'm curious to see what's underneath the surface, as an underlying energy, maybe hidden, right? Because we can't see this card underneath the surface until we flip it over. But okay, so another page. Yeah, I feel like creative ideas, inspirations, you're going to have to take action on them. You're not going to be able to fall asleep on them anymore or hesitate. This is all brand new energy. These two pages and this Ace of Wands. Sometimes the Page of Cups can talk about a surprise element. Okay, it's usually depicted with a little fish popping out of a cup. So that little fish popping out of the cup unexpectedly can talk about a surprise element. And with the Page of Cups, it might be associated to something deep on your heart. So yeah, there is a surprise element to what is happening for you. And that's kind of what I was getting the vibe of, being thrusted into something unexpectedly. That might that might tie into the surprise element, right? Exactly. So I don't know, you let me know if there's anything sudden, unexpected that happens for you in a surprising way, but in a happy way, in a fun way, in a joyful way. These are going to be happy surprises. Creativity with the Page of Cups, yes. Inspiration, intuition, nudges from spirit, and then taking action upon those nudges from spirit with the Page of Wands. So yeah, maybe sudden understandings could come through, sudden ideas could come through, and you might have to take action on those. You won't be able to hesitate. I don't think spirit would let you anyway if you tried. I could also see this as messages, right? Pages are messengers. They bring messages, information, knowledge that you didn't know. Maybe a sudden unexpected message from a particular somebody comes through, and it sets off a chain of events that was much needed, okay? In a magical way. Maybe you hear from somebody you didn't expect to hear from, and it just sets off a whole chain of events in a very magical, serendipitous way. So whether it's information, downloads, messages from spirit, or otherwise, you know, in the everyday world, whether it be from the people around you, there's something coming through in an unexpected way that's going to require that you take action. But in the taking action, you initiate everything you've ever wanted on your heart to come your way, so it can be manifested into your reality in a very fun, joyful, happy, beautiful, magical way. This is all good, happy surprises. These are not like tower surprises. These are unexpected surprises that are going to bring you joy, that are going to make you really happy, that are going to show you the magic has been at work in your life the entire time. You've been the magical manifester the entire time, even when you thought you didn't have a clue, even when you thought you were completely in the dark and you had no idea where life was taking you. But little did you know that there was so much beauty being manifested for you in the spaces and the places you could not see the entire time. And now it's time for the universe to start giving it back to you. Giving to you what you've been creating in your inner world. Be childlike. We have two childlike energies, Page of Wands and Page of Cups, and then the playful card. Again, just a reminder to stay playful and curious, and to keep an open mind like a child would, because there's so much magic taking place in that inner child space that oftentimes when, you know, we're adults, we're jaded, we've gone through hell and back again, we forget to acknowledge our inner child, nurture our inner child, tap into that energy. And little do we realize that is the seat of our greatest power, especially when it comes to cultivating magic, miracles, and manifestations into our world. Okay? So be childlike, stay curious, because there's going to be a lot of serendipitous cool shit happening for you. Okay? In maybe weird, unexpected, happy ways. I'm curious to see. I'm going to have to underneath this deck as well. There you go. Lakshmi, bright future. Stop worrying. Everything's going to be fine. And Lakshmi also brings abundance and blessings. So, do you see what I'm saying? Prosperity. Her energy is very prosperous. So, look, there's all there. You have underneath the surface, you have such a bright future, and you can't even see how bright your future is right now from maybe your perspective, or from the place where you're standing right now. Maybe shit looks bleak, you know, you're kind of in the dark here. I get it, but you have such a wonderful future ahead of you. Spirit's saying, stop worrying. It's all good. Like, we've been orchestrating this shit from the beginning. So it can line up for you in ways that maybe are even more magical than you could have ever expected or wanted for yourself. It's going to be fine. You have the support that you're going to need. And it's all going to happen really fast. It's going to start aligning for you really quickly. All the right people, places, and things to allow this to happen. Because the time is right now. The timing is right. You're ready. Okay, soulmate energy. The right people, places, things, maybe kindred spirits. This is you aligning with the right people. Again, right people, places, things, and scenarios. Yes, for some of you could be love. If that's what you're manifesting. This could also be a partner of some kind, business or otherwise, right? And more children in the cards. Do you see that? So again, keep a childlike quality about you. There's something also here that I feel is going to heal. Yeah, I said hear. Ooh, okay. There's something here that is going to heal your inner child. Something about what's happening for you is also going to heal your inner child. I'm also getting vibes of maybe a creative partner coming through as well. To support you, to partner up with you, to maybe make something happen. But if anything, this is about you aligning with kindred spirits at the right place, at the right time, to allow for a manifestation to happen. It's the vibrational support that you need. Because you're not doing this alone is the feeling here. You're not doing it alone. Oh, I like that. Okay. Have compassion for yourself, for the journey that you've been on. You know, sometimes we don't show ourselves enough compassion. I feel like underneath the surface, the journey maybe has been arduous, it has been long, it has been tough, right? And maybe you've been hard on yourself. But I also think that's what you're letting go. You're going to be more gentler with yourself moving forward. Hindsight is also going to show you, you know, that you're safe is the feeling that this is giving me. This new chapter is safe. This new chapter is bright, okay? Mountain, major challenges to overcome. Staff, you will be taken care of in difficult times. And then this over here says, be careful, do not take risks. I don't know why I feel like this is tied to the energy you're leaving behind. You did have challenges to overcome. Maybe you didn't take the risk before. Because maybe you weren't ready. Maybe you were too cautious before. Maybe you thought it was too challenging before. The reason why I say that this feels like the energy of what you're letting go is because I was getting the vibe that you were going to be catapulted, pushed, thrusted into a situation you're not going to be able to hesitate anymore. Like you're going to have to do this now. Like you're on the threshold of something and it's like now or never, do or die. You're going to have to do it now. Before, you might have, you know, held yourself back out of fear of taking a risk or doing something, you know, risky, or the challenge that might be involved. And it's just simply because you weren't ready. But the feeling is here, you were being prepared for this moment, for the timing to be just right. And you're not going to be able to stay in place. You're going to, whether you want to or not, it feels like you don't have a choice in the matter. I don't know why I feel that, but it's because the time is now. You overcame your challenges. Maybe before you were afraid to take risks, and maybe that's why you were, you know, in the dark a lot. You felt like, you know, what am I doing with myself? Where are things going? Where are things headed? Maybe you had an idea of what you wanted to do, but you hesitated a lot. That's because you were still working through your shadow. And you weren't ready. But you're getting liberated here. There's a liberating moment coming your way that's going to free you up. And staff, you will be taken care of in difficult times. That's the support that I was talking about with that Six of Pentacles. You've been supported the entire time. If you were held in place and didn't do what you maybe wanted to do at the time, it's because you were afraid to take a risk and you were still overcoming challenges. But this full moon lunar eclipse is clearing you up of all that. Those blockages, those hindrances, maybe that resistance. So you can receive this now. So you can align with it now. If you were afraid to take a risk before, you're not going to be afraid to do it now. And you're not going to be able to avoid doing what you need to do or taking the inspired action. Because the time is right. Whoa, what is this? Okay. An exciting event, okay. And involvement with the law. So decisions, I mean, that could be literal. There may be some legalities involved in the situation, maybe in regards to a manifestation. Whenever I get this card, I also think of like documents, paperwork, legal things, contracts. And we can have contracts to a lot of different things, whether it be jobs, whether it be homes. But there's going to be an exciting event. And I was kind of feeling that already. Sudden, unexpected, right? Energy. What do we have here? Okay. Bread, period of prosperity and abundance. Family sorrow, that would be the weeping willow tree. It says an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Okay. Bread, period of prosperity and abundance. That goes with the Lakshmi card. All right, so you do have some abundance coming your way. Family sorrow. Well, if you were working through trauma, shadow aspects, right, in this last cycle, that could tie into that. All right. Also, what is it? Family karma or generational wounds. Maybe that was part of your shadow aspect. That was part of what you were working through. Maybe that was part of the challenge and the shadow aspects that you were overcoming. You were maybe working through that. That's possible. But we have here an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So your stability in regards to the people in your immediate environment, in regards to your family, your home life, right? The nest, your nest egg, right? So definitely, for some reason, I'm getting like home contracts or contracts for a home, you know, right here. Karmic contracts as well, I feel, is also, if it's involved with family. Karmic contracts when it comes to like a home or your family home, for some of you, is what I'm getting from this. There's something about that clearing up as well with this full moon lunar eclipse. But I feel like if it's spiritual and not so literal, right? Then you were working through some generational wounds involved with family, home, ancestral land is what I'm getting from that too. Like that's the deeper aspect of what was being healed. But there's some kind of interesting turn of events that happens in a very magical way that's going to create some excitement and sudden change, I feel, to catapult you or thrust you into this new energy to align with a manifestation. But over here, it's showing that it's going to be a prosperous turn of events, prosperity and abundance. You have 2 cards of that here. You also have energy of support. You have 2 cards of support right here. And the unexpected surprise of the Page of Cups, I feel, aligns with this. Okay? So again, things are going to happen in very unexpected, exciting ways. Just try to keep an open mind, right? Keep an open mind. Stay curious like a child. The signing of contracts could be involved. Like agreements for a new home, maybe. Maybe you get news that you got the home. You might be saying goodbye to family, right? I don't know if some of you are looking to move away or relocate from family. That's a possibility. Maybe you wanted to do it before but couldn't because you didn't have the means or didn't know how to go about it. And you're afraid to take the risk. Maybe you're afraid of the challenge. You see? Some of you are looking to support and secure your family in a new way, right? To provide for them in a new way, financially. And here is the idea coming to life to help support that greater wish and dream. Maybe you had challenges with the family, maybe with the home, maybe even with your finances, right? But it looks like there's a blessing with the 6 of Pentacles that's going to be given to you in an exciting way to support you, to help you overcome it as well. So you can expect some upgrades in your finances to support the future. Yeah, support you and your family and your home life and lifestyle in the future. There's a lot of different scenarios that I can see with these cards, but there's a lot of magic taking place in your life to help support you, your family, financially or otherwise, in a new way. Could be a job with the 6 of Pentacles, new career that helps you earn more money, bring home that bread, right? It might be creative, it feels like. But I feel like you did a lot of the energetic work to heal some things generationally, whether it be generational wounds, heal some karmic contracts that maybe you had. Some of you could have money tied up in a family estate situation is kind of what I'm picking up from this, interestingly enough. Some kind of ancestral land or home tied up in the law, and there was some sorrow or challenges involved in all of that, and then suddenly, I know that's very specific, and then suddenly things get cleared up. You get good news, right? We have the Page of Wands here on the table, bringing good news. So let me know how that applies. But if we're looking at this in a general sense, you cleared a lot of things up from the past energetically and spiritually, generationally as well. You overcame your challenges, you went through your challenges, you faced your fears. Whatever you were scared to do before this new chapter, it's like, no, it's go time. You're not going to be scared to do it now. You overcame all that you overcame in order to prepare for this moment. And there's an exciting turn of events just around the corner from this full moon lunar eclipse. That it's going to align you with the right people, places, things, and scenarios to bring in your greater heart's desire, a manifestation brought to fruition into your reality. This new chapter is bringing all that. And there's some blessings and abundance that are arriving with it. Trust that the right people, places, and scenarios are going to be presented to allow for this magic to unfold and happen in ways that you probably didn't even expect. But it's so that way you can be light of spirit, feel more free, bring more beauty and joy into your life like never before. You're going to be able to heal a lot of things from the past through this new energy that's headed your way. But you're not going to be able to avoid it even if you want to. You're going to be thrusted into it. Whether, if you try to avoid it, you're just going to be thrusted into it. You can't avoid what's meant for you. And you've been prepared for this the entire time. I have the Sacred Destiny Oracle here. Let's take a look to see what the final message is here. You have a very bright future ahead of you, okay? Unexpected surprises, yes. Communication, messages, information, ideas coming through suddenly. You might hear from somebody or something with some good news. Maybe about a job, about a family situation you've been dealing with. Maybe in regards to a legal situation you've been dealing with, or a money situation, or a career situation. But it feels like good news is coming through, and when it does, it's creating the catalyst, and it's going to activate this new beginning in a very positive, bright, abundant way. Final message here. Also, if Spirit is asking you for you to take action on something, you're going to have to do it. It's now or never, right? But you're ready. You're ready for this. Look at that. So change and transformation. Look how they mirror each other. All right, let's see what they say. Again, you're ready to push yourself out of the cocoon, right? We talked about that. Like a seed ready to push its way out of the soil. All right, so I'm not sure which card. Let's read the transformation card first. Okay, so it says, it's no accident that butterfly represents transformation, rebirth, and resurrection. Remarkably, when the caterpillar becomes a chrysalis, it doesn't just instantly become a butterfly. It actually dissolves into a kind of soup. In other words, it liquefies itself, and out of that emerges something completely different. And you are not going to be the same after this, okay, mind you. It is a true transformation. In some cultures, blue butterflies are considered very good luck, and even wishes granted. Ooh, look at that. Wishes granted, right? So you're about to receive a manifestation or a wish granted. In Native American tribes, it is believed that a wish whispered to a butterfly will be granted when it flies to the heavens. The Native American shawl dance, which celebrates renewal, is derived from the butterfly dance. Also, the color blue represents calmness, peace, spiritual attunement, and the blue butterfly is thought to carry all these meanings. So it says, this is a time for change, reinvention, and rebirth in a new way of being. If you've been plodding along, there you go, right? If you've been stuck, stagnant, wondering what the hell's happening, right? This card suggests that you take measures to shift everything. Don't resist the change. The blue color suggests a spiritual renewal or initiation. Yes. New beginnings, right? We have a lot of that here. A lot of energy of new beginning. Ace of Wands, 2 pages. It says here. Wait, where was I? Don't resist change. The blue color suggests a spiritual renewal or initiation. Transformation doesn't mean taking something old and remodeling it or rearranging a few things. It means becoming something completely different or doing something completely different. Change is often uncomfortable, but it is usually for the highest good. This is also a very lucky card, and drawing this card can mean that a wish may be about to come true. Okay, so yeah, like this card says here, You're a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality, okay? And that's what you've been doing as you've been working through the shadow the entire time. You're ready to emerge into the dream fulfilled, into the wish fulfilled in real time, okay? Like I always say, no more living it in your head, no more dreaming about it. Now it's time to live it in real time. All right, that's what the changes in the transformation alchemy that you've been undergoing, that's what it was preparing you for. Okay, so yeah, a wish is going to come through in a magical way, suddenly, unexpectedly. Be prepared for that, right? Let's look at this card now. The change. See, okay, hold on. It says, throughout time, people have looked into the heavens for signs, and in the ever-changing movement of the clouds, they have seen shapes and forms that seem to direct messages from the Creator. Clouds are shapeshifters. Their essence is the same, but they can change from mist to rain to ice to snow to water. The transient nature of clouds lends the understanding that life is transitory. Okay, and interestingly enough, we have the community card over here. Yeah, I don't know why I was I feeling that from the soulmate energy? Okay, groups of people, maybe Six of Pentacles as well. But anyway, that could be changing for you. So the understanding that life is transitory and ever changing. It says it's okay to change your mind. It's all right to change directions. You don't need to be consistent. This is a time to put the needs and expectations of others aside and listen to the beat of your own drum. You don't need to follow tradition. Create your own traditions. You are free. Again, liberation and freedom, right, is what I was picking up. From the playfulness card, being a lot more free, being able to fly free. So it says, create your own traditions. You are free to express yourself and let your spirit fly. Look at that. Be daring. Go beyond predictable behavior. Just because something has always been done a certain way doesn't mean that it needs to continue to be done that way. You can't control the exact circumstances of your life, but you can control what meaning you give to it, or give to them. Select meanings that empower you, for this is a time to be carefree, wild, and unpredictable. Yes. Like, it's go time. At one time, again, you may have been scared to take a risk. But this time, you're not going to be able to help yourself. You're going to be, again, pushed, thrusted, catapulted into it, and it's either now or never. This is the time to make a change, and I feel like you're going to do it anyway. You're going to step right into it. You're going to initiate it, even if it scares you. Because why? You're ready to. You're ready for this. I feel like you were prepared for this the entire time, and there's just no way to avoid what's happening for you now. There's so much magic at work, all preparing you for this. You were doing the work, the inner work, to align with it, to embody it, to match the frequency of the thing you wanted to manifest, to match the vibration of the wish that you were trying to have come true. And now that you have, even if you want to avoid it, you couldn't. Because you've already put it into motion. All the chess pieces on the chessboard have been arranged and rearranged to allow for this, to orchestrate all these things falling into place in very magical, serendipitous, unexpected ways. So just keep your mind open to what's happening. Okay? You have a bright future ahead of you. Lots of prosperity and abundance await in this new chapter. And the change and transformation is already underway to align you with it. Okay? So, yeah, let me know how this applies. Everybody. I know it's getting long here. So let's go ahead and get your angel numbers to see how it connects, right, to this reading. The angel numbers, when they show up, can confirm a lot of what is already said in the reading and or provide you with a message maybe you need personally in the moment. I don't give you a source to look up the numbers because, you know, there's lots of sources on the internet. I want you to take the journey to find that number for yourself, and the interpretation If you find one that speaks to your heart, go with that one. Let that be your guide. Likewise, if you can please refrain from putting number interpretations in the comment section for the same reason. We want to give everybody a chance to find that magic for themselves. So let's see. What is your angel number for this full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, September 7th, 2025? 4, 0, and 0. Okay, so 400. All right. So go ahead and look up that number, see what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. Maybe consider joining my channel membership for exclusive content readings I put out for members only. You could also support me further by visiting my Etsy store. I have cool things there that I make by hand, as well as personal readings for availability when I have the time. So much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care of yourself. Happy full moon, lunar eclipse. Much love, and always keep shining.